Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 6. Can you believe how close you're getting to being completed with your capstone project? I'm excited for you. I also know the work is possibly a little intense right now, so just that reminder to take that moment and just breathe, because you will get it done. The other thing we get to celebrate is you're coming up to the Thanksgiving break. And just a reminder, I want you to remember to be thankful for all the things that God's provided to you. I know even in the stress, thinking, oh, why did I do this? Be thankful for what you're gaining from it. I can read from each of your reflections, from the writing that you're doing, that you are gaining so much as professionals, and I'm thankful for that. So let's get into week 6. Week 6 really, honestly, is all about completing chapter 4. Again, getting into your research findings or your reflective findings and your conclusion. So as you can see, the instructor video, which hopefully you're watching right now, will be put up once I'm done recording. There's no official readings for this week, but I would say let the APA manual or any of the APA resources, again, that can be all found right here, guide you in helping with citation in those pieces. Again, the task for this week is really to complete your write-up for chapter 4. Make sure it's submitted by this Sunday. And then as a reminder, besides just this assignment, you still have the reflective journal entry that is expected to be due by this Sunday as well. So let's talk about chapter 4 in the appendices. I have just clicked over into right here to the link, and the rubric is down at the bottom. This is what we've talked about in the live session, these points here: connections to the literature review with appropriate citations, qualitative findings based on your research, and then getting into your conclusions, what you've gained from it, how it answered your research questions, and then last but not least, your reflection for what next steps you would do. So now I'm going to scroll back to the top of the true layout of the assignment. And your reflective findings, again, it really is going to be discussing those themes and what the data said for your research questions. So you can use level 2 headings to guide you in trying to answer those reflective questions. You will want to bring in your findings from your synthesis or triangulation of the data that you gained from the literature, surveys, interviews, observations, or any completed work that is there. And then back it with research. What you've studied, what chapter 2 is all about with that literature review, you're going to bring that into the conversation here. Again, validating what you found. Even if it is the negative, just that reminder again, you could have had negative findings and the literature might have told you about that as well, or clarifying why your findings are different than the research as well. Then getting into that conclusion, a straight on answer. Did you find in relation to your research, did what the intervention or what the literature said really answer that question and show you a path or strategies that you can use in the future? And then last but not least is that third section of your recommendations for further practice. Maybe there's more questions to ask, more steps to follow, those pieces that are important to be reflective on. Again, because you never want the reflective practice to stop. You want to continually ask questions. Do some research, look at the findings, ask more questions. That is going to be your job as an administrator, so just know it's great practice that you're in right now. And then make sure that you've put in to the appendices surveys you've used. If you are going to be using some student data, again, not identifying who they are, but maybe bringing up some survey information, include those surveys in the appendices. Because when we get into the writing, honestly, you're not going to quote, per se, the students, but you're going to cite them. And when you cite them using your APA formatting, it's going to be citing the appendices. Say Appendix J on student reflection is how you would be citing that information in your chapter 4. So very important to remember, put it in the appendices, and that's where you'll cite it, is in the appendices as well in your writing. With that being said, I'm always available to support you, answer any questions. I think text or calling is always the quickest, but I do like those emails as well, and we'll get back as quickly as possible. I hope that you guys have a great week and a blessed Thanksgiving. And I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks with your oral presentation. But let's get chapter 6 done this week. I'm sorry, not chapter 6, chapter 4 done this week in week 6. God bless.